Hey guys, and welcome to Pixel Cherry Ninja's channel. In this video we're going to be taking a look at a front end for the MiSTer FPGA. So here you go, we are in Game Boy Advance. We can look at screenshots. If we toggle again, we can have a look at the title screen, the game's title screen, some information on the game, as well as a description, and then it will take us back down to the list. So we can go down a little bit on the list, move it right to kind of skip pages as you would imagine. But let's say we want to have a look at Aladdin. Let's go on there and it will again cycle us through everything. If you want a description, I really do like the description part of it because it can give you an idea of what the game is. So let's just go down and let's say you want to pick a game from a screenshot. You can't remember what a game is called, and you can just cycle through them to your heart's content. You know, there's lots and lots of games out there. Now, I haven't scanned everything out there. I have scanned a few. I've done a few systems. So what we can do, let's kind of go back out, which I think is this. Now, I'm going to keep saying it during the video, guys. This is a work in progress. So it's very, very early, but it's a step in the right direction for people that like this stuff. For the whole part, I'm extremely happy with the MiSTer FPGA menu that I have. Years and years I spent messing around with different emulators, different front end stuff like big box, is it big box, the big box launch box, big box front end. And there you go, we're looking at different Sega Saturn games. Actually interesting. Let's have a look at the title screen for Castlevania Symphony of the Night. Now again, just really interesting. So what we'll do is we'll kind of have a quick look at the setup of it. Let's have a look at some title screens. So here you go, going through a whole bunch of games. Now if you forget a game, or if you've forgotten a game and the only thing you can remember is you've got a picture of a title screen in your head, or you've got a picture of a screenshot of the game, then you can keep flicking through those until you think, oh, you know what? Oh, it was this game. I remember this game. I just can't remember what it's called. Toggle through again, and we can find out it was actually Battle Arena Toshinden. So very interesting, right? So let me just show you exactly how this kind of runs. So how exactly does this work? Well, this front end currently uses Groovy MiSTer by Pasakis. Very sad news about Pasakis. He passed away recently. It isn't someone that I knew very well, but it's always sad when we have a member of the community go, especially at such a young age. The developer working on this is Boss Righteous. So we want to go into Groovy MiSTer. So I've got it on my main screen. I've also got it in utilities. It doesn't matter how you get into it. We are going to go into it now. I'll leave a GitHub link in the description that will tell you everything that you need in order to get the core. Now, it isn't straightforward at the moment, but do bear in mind, guys, that this is a work in progress. This will get better in time, and I strongly suggest if you want to get involved in bug testing and you want to kind of have your input into how this core develops, then, you know, download it, get it up and running, speak to the developer. This is how these projects evolve. So we've got the Groovy MiSTer core running, and then what I've done is I've opened command prompt where I've got access to my MiSTer over a network, and these are just some of the requirements. You need to go in via SSH. So what you want to do is what you can see up there, which is SSH space root at, and then I put in the IP address for the MiSTer, which I've put. I then follow that by pressing enter, and it's going to ask me for my password. The default password for every MiSTer when you're going in like this is 1, and I haven't changed it because I can't often forget the number 1. Now we need to put in the next command line to kind of get access to the front end that you saw. So just going to copy and paste that in here for ease of use. So let's go ahead and do that. And here we go, that's in there. Let's press enter, and we're going to see stuff happening, and we're going to see that load up. So I'll remove the command prompt window just now, but we will go back to it in a little while. Now, I know maybe some of you guys don't want to try this out yet, but this is something that you can get involved in. So let's have a look at system. I haven't scanned master system yet. So what we'll do is we will scan a system. So I'm going to go here. I'm going to press the button on here. I want to go scan for ROMs, and hopefully it won't be too long. And here we go. So let me bring up the command prompt window. We can also see everything just getting scanned there. We should be able to see it on our screen as well when we kind of move our D-pad. It's also recommended to keep to move your D-pad every so often so it doesn't go inactive, which means you will have to relaunch the core. Again, I'll keep saying it, this is a work in progress, but I know a lot of people like this kind of stuff. I'm a big fan of the Amiga Vision front end, which is something which is standalone for the Amiga. So there you go. That's actually now scanned all the Master System games. So let me get rid of that command prompt window. And what we'll do is we'll press the A button and we'll start having a look at some of the games. So now we're going to look at some screenshots of Master System games. Again, we can cycle through and look at the title screen, some information on the game, and a description of the game. But let's go back to screenshots and let's just have a look at a whole bunch. Ooh, Bubble. Nice, love that game. So yeah, that's this is it. It's fairly awesome. It's still lacking features like you can't press a button to go back. You need to go back up all the way up to the menu and kind of press exit. But again, like, it's just nice to see this. The developer behind this is very enthusiastic and active about it, and they kind of sat with me yesterday. We were speaking, they were talking through how I can get this up and running. I even spoke to them earlier today. So what they're going to try and do as well is get a script so you don't have to go into command prompt. It just does everything for you. They're working on something which they have actually got working for themselves, but it just didn't work for me. Also, when you launch a game and you go out, it doesn't bring you back out to this front end. It brings you out to the MiSTer menu. That's why I haven't loaded a game yet, but we'll end the video by launching a game. So at least you can press left and quickly go all the way to the top. So here we are back at the top. Let's have a look at something else that I've scanned. So I don't think we've checked PlayStation out yet, so let's check PlayStation. And again, having a look at some of the games here. Nice. Shall we go title screens? Here we go. Again, just looking at my PlayStation collection, which I imagine I've got a few games. Now, it may not pick up stuff like ROM hacks, I'm not exactly sure. All the assets that you need, for example, all these assets you've got, you can download these from the GitHub. There's files there. You place them on your micro SD card, and it looks to those files for reference. So when you're scanning your ROMs, it's just scanning your ROMs, and it matches it up with the assets you've already downloaded. All that stuff is available for you in the GitHub link, in the README. It just tells you everything that you actually need. So let's have a look at some more screenshots, man. Let me skip a few. Oh, look at that Captain Commando. So do let me know what you guys think. I mean, I personally think this is a giant step in the right direction, but I honestly, this isn't something I'm going to use that much, but I know a lot of people really do like this stuff. I like the simplicity of the MiSTer, but that's because I spent years and years just doing this emulation stuff. So going back to something simple like the MiSTer's Simple OS was very refreshing. Back to collections. All right, so let's load a game from, maybe load a Game Boy game. That'll be fun, right? Who doesn't like Game Boy? So Game Boy handheld. Again, let's have a look at some pictures. And you know, Game Boy's got a whole bunch of well-known games. So let's finish up by DuckTales. All right, so let's go in here and let's load DuckTales. Okay, so once you go in there, it's showing you all the different versions of the game I've got. You know, so I've got like different ROM packs on there, like the no intro stuff. Then I've probably got like the old Smoke Monster packs on there. Let's have a look. So right, okay, load as a Game Boy, load as a Game Boy Color, so load as a Game Boy, and now it should load up the game. Here you go. We've got our Nintendo BIOS screen, whatever, coming down. Let's check out a little bit of that. And this is a good game if you haven't checked it out, guys. So, oh, the sound might be too loud. let me get that down. This almost feels like I've gone into a live stream, but I wanted to do this live so you guys get a good idea of exactly what it is I'm doing. But guys, you know, you can make, this is how these projects begin. And honestly, if you're interested in this, check it out. You may think, okay, this might be a little bit too difficult for me, but you know what, give it a shot. The developer's very helpful. He's wrote an excellent guide, and you can chuck your 2 cents in and think, you know what, I think this will work better. You can go with ideas, and this can turn into like a fully fledged front end, and the idea can evolve. Right, so let me exit it now. As you can see, can't exit to the front end. I can either reboot, or I've got like the MiSTer functionality back. So if anyone's concerned about putting this on their MiSTer, it's not going to affect anything, because when you turn your MiSTer off or you leave your MiSTer, it's just going to go back to the normal menu. But guys, that's kind of it, right? Yeah, wanted to show you this front end. Again, I'll say it again, it is a work in progress, but very interested in seeing where this ends up. Anyway, guys, be super awesome to one another. Big thank you out to Boss Righteous and all their help they gave me when I was making this video. I know this is a rough around the edges video, but I wanted to give you guys an idea of exactly what it's like, and that's why I'm using it in real time. And I wanted to show you the command prompt stuff as well. So yep, that's it. Be awesome. This is Pixel Cherry Ninja out.